All right, geometry students, we're going to talk about translation and then we'll talk about rotation. So the first thing we're going to do is I want to move this shape in the direction of ray u. Okay, so this is a directed line segment and the distances and shapes, this is the distance and shape that it's going to move. So if I look at point C, it looks like it moves over 1, 2, 3 to the right and up 1. So I'm going to move C 1, 2, 3 to the right and up 1. And I'm going to label that C with a little prime. This means that this one is associated with that one. I'm going to move the other points 1, 2, 3, up 1. That's my A prime. And I'm going to move B 1, 2, 3 over and up 1. That's B prime. Okay, and then now I can connect those dots, and my triangle has moved over this way. Now something that's interesting to note is that if I drew just a dotted line between B and B prime, C and C prime, A and A prime, you're going to notice that all of those lines are parallel to the line segment U. Okay? So this represents line from A to A prime, the line B to B prime, and the line C to C prime. All right, now we're going to talk about rotations. Okay, so this is in your notes if you want to print it out. If you want to use graph paper, that's fine too, or if you want to use a grid, that's fine. So let's look at one question at a time. You saw this in your notes today. So rotate around point Q. So if you look here, since we're going to rotate around point Q and we're going to rotate 90 degrees. So if I'm going up 1, I'm going to go right 1. So my new point is going to be right there. So think about D is if I go up 1, 2, 3, 4 and over 2, I'm going to go this way 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 and over 2, and there's going to be D prime. Right. This is my, oh sorry, oops, this is my A prime. Okay, and then if I draw this, if I keep doing that process, I end up with my new shape like this. And it kind of looks like this has rotated 90 degrees, right? It looks the same if it's rotated 90 degrees. So basically what we've done is we've moved this shape 90 degrees. And it's clockwise. So think of a clock, right? Have you ever seen a clock before? This is 12. This is 6, 3, 9. So if I'm going clockwise, I'm going the direction the clock goes. All right. Now we're going to do this one here. We're going to turn 180, so around point R. Okay. So this is a little easier because if I'm going 180, now think about it here. If I went this way from A, I've gone 90. But if I go this way again, I've gone, so basically I've gone from here over to here to get to 90, and here over to here to get to 180. So right there is my A. I'm going to call it double prime since here I have A prime. So A double prime is right there. Same thing here. B is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go this way from R. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my B prime. Okay, and if I, oops, yeah, that's right. Okay, and then to get D, it's over 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and there's my D prime, and then C prime is over here. double prime, sorry. Okay, so there's my new shape. And you know you've done it right if you think, okay, the pink shape should end up right here. If I twirl it 180, it's in the same spot it's supposed to be, isn't it? Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit different stuff. We're going to twirl it 120 degrees from point O. Okay, so this is a little tricky, but I think you guys can handle it. So let's just talk about point K right here. So if I want to rotate that 60 degrees, I'm going to be rotating it from here to here. Okay, so then I went over 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would be going at 1. Okay, so K would be right there if I wanted to go 60 degrees. But I'm trying to go 120, so I have to go 60 again. Okay, so I went 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So my new K is going to be right there. So I'm going to call that K prime. Okay, and all these are kind of symmetrical around that. And then that goes down. And then if you go through that process again, you end up there. Okay, so let's look at what we just did. Okay, so I have this shape here, and if I twirl it 180, it should go right there. So let's see. There's 60, there's 180. Okay. All right, let's do the next one. We're going to turn it counterclockwise 60 degrees. So if you think of this, okay, to get to L, I have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I want to go 60 degrees, counterclockwise, I have to go the other direction. So now L is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the new L is going to be right there. Okay, and if I do the same thing with the other shapes, you end up like this. So M double prime, N double prime, H double prime, J double prime, K double prime. Now I did this a little bit fast, so you may want to hit pause and replay this as many times as you need, and that will help you. All right, good luck and happy note-taking.